Hello, my battalion of viewers. I'm the Knight of Arcane, and today we're going to look at round 2 of our Danganronpa Ultimate Swaps, as voted on by Patreon. Even though this is just round 2, I think I'm still making some great swaps, and love the results. Anyways, let's check out our Danganronpa Ultimate Swaps, shall we? Taeko Yasuhiro is considered the very model of discipline and honor. The pride of her working-class family, Taeko worked hard in school, her grades far exceeding her classmates. But it was the discipline she helped enforce that got the attention of Hope's Peak Academy. Taeko became a notorious stickler of the rules, calling out any misdemeanor not only done by her fellow classmates, but random people nearby. From jaywalking to shoplifting, from cheating on a test to having contraband at school, Taeko was able to find it, like she had a sixth sense for it. Of course, people didn't like her for calling out this, and tried to silence her, threatening violence to her face. But Taeko simply showed them why they couldn't really threaten her. Many broken hands and even busted noses, even when they tried to gang up on her, showed people why they didn't mess with the Queen of Discipline. Hope's Peak easily invited her to their academy, knowing she'd be perfect to help discipline the whole world. But now that she's stuck in a killing game, will Taeko Yasuhiro be able to survive with her discipline and honor intact? Obviously, probably one of the first things people noticed, especially in the lore, is that I went with her actual birth name. I don't really see a reason why she would go by Celestia or Celeste, at least in this context. Obviously, I got rid of her twin tail drill hairstyle because that doesn't really read discipline. Plus, also, I think they're extensions, as kind of shown in one piece of art in the game. I think it's officially in the game. Which is also what I kind of mainly worked with and looked at when doing her hair. I went with just having her bangs, parts on the cropping her face, and technically she does have a little bun in the back, might not be easy to see, to kind of go with the discipline look. And then also added a hat, kind of like the captain's hats or military hats, to help with the discipline look. Her outfit did go very military-like, kind of like how Kiyotaka's outfit is. It might be a little more Western-looking than maybe imperialistic Japan, but I still wanted it to be a little unique and also different. And then also gave it a little cape to it. I don't know, I thought it would look cool to have like a cape. While colors are also definitely not something that would probably be with the actual Japanese military, or most actual militaries in general, I still kind of wanted to give that little bit of gothic vibe that Celeste Taeko technically has. So went with, of course, mostly black, with some red, and also a little bit of white. And I love how she came out. There's parts of it I really want to use for probably some of my own original characters at some point. Kind of like what I want to do with Ultimate Swap design I did for Junko. Ultimate Disciplinary member Taeko is very cool looking, and I hope you enjoy her too. This weekly video was voted on by the patrons over on Patreon, who, starting at $3 a month, can vote on monthly and weekly art polls like this one, get early access to content, and get monthly art rewards starting with character headshots. So if you can, head over to Patreon to become a patron today. Every little bit helps. Anyways, now back to the video. When you gamble, it's not only your life that can be on the line, but hundreds of other people's lives too. Kiyotaka Ishimaru learned that at a young age, as his grandfather ruined their family's reputation on multiple gambles after gambles, while in office as prime minister and at the tables of underground gambling dens. Many nights he would go into these dens himself to help bring his grandfather home, while his dad worked, to make a better life for his son, and every time he went in, Kiyotaka learned more and more about the rules of the different games people played there hoping to win big, and noticed the many ways both people and the house cheated. He wanted to call them out on this, knowing they were playing off the more desperate and downtrodden. But his grandfather warned him that these cheaters wouldn't only cheat in the game, but in a fight too. Something about this gave Kiyotaka an idea. If he couldn't call them out on it, he'll just have to beat them and show them that cheaters truly never prosper. He worked hard, studied statistics and human body language to help him win games, and tell when someone is bluffing, along with all the ways people can cheat. Soon he went to the dens himself, and won against other gamblers and the house itself, able to beat their cheats with statistics and a little luck, even calling them out on it after he beat them. His skills against even poker legends brought him to Hope's Peak Academy, aiming to become the pride of the Ishimaru family. However, a killing game puts a wrench in his plans, and now Kiyotaka Ishimaru has to gamble his very life to leave the school alive. The odds are against him, but when has Kiyotaka let that get in his way before? It's time to gamble in a school environment! A bunch of different ideas were swapped around when trying to figure out these swaps I wanted to do, and landing on the idea that Ishimaru, I like saying Ishimaru more because that's how I learned his name. And Nico B played the fan translation, so they focus more on the last names than the first names. So for these notes, it's easier for me to say Ishimaru. The idea of him being the ultimate gambler was very funny, because he's very by the rules. A lot of people in the fandom know, this is not allowed in a school environment. But also, I still wanted him to kind of have that little bit of honor. So he, notices and is able to beat cheaters. That is his pretty much goal, to, win fairly, beat cheaters. Oh, it seemed really cool. And the pose? 100% was inspired by some Yu-Gi-Oh pose. Because I was blanking on what exactly I should do, and then I thought, well, we got this card game and this card game, so let's just do them both. Outfit-wise, I was technically also drawing a blank, so I first just Googled gambler outfits, and then I got down to like a Wild Western gambler outfits, and I saw a few like this, which I think are more so for like the dealers, but then that reminded me of DRB from JoJo Part 3, and he's a gambler, so it made sense to make his outfit be inspired by a little bit by DRB. His boyfriend Owada's gang is named after Crazy Diamond, like this JoJo Part 4 stance, so why not? I don't know what the type of fancy shoe I did, but I knew I wanted to do that for the shoes just because I thought it would look cool. I did have some trouble with like coloring the jacket. I knew I wanted like the shirt to be a lightish blue and then striped with some other blue. So the vest had like a few changes here and there, along with also the little scarf that also had like a lot of changes too. But I also made the pants striped, and also used I'm pretty sure it was like the Optimism brush in Clip Studio Paint. Used that on the vest and like the collar of the vest. I think also technically that scarf thing also. Used it to give like a little texture patterning thing. Like I saw some of the vests in my Google search had, and made it look a bit more unique. Kyle, aka Kingpin Creations, really liked the look when I showed him it. It was probably a little bit of a gamble to do this ultimate swap, but this Kiyotaka Ishimaru Gambler is really cool. And that was round 2 of Danganronpa Ultimate Swaps. Again, they were both able to come out really good, and had a lot of fun making them. But let me know what you think of them in the comments below. And if you want to see round 3 happen sooner, become a patron today, and vote to see it sooner. And if you liked what you saw, then leave a like, and subscribe to join our growing little Arcane town, to be in the know for future videos, updates, and events. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Later!